Hi everybody, Chris Waters here from Pixel Splash Website Design, based here in Geelong for Geelong businesses. And for this week's vlog, I want to start by asking you a question. The question is this: is your Geelong small business website leading to sales? Is it giving you conversions? If your website's designed to get bookings, are you getting bookings from your website? Now, or is your website sitting out there in the wastelands of cyberspace doing absolutely nothing? You see, if you're not getting sales and conversions, and if you're the latter rather than the former, it might be because you're missing a core integral part of what we call the marketing funnel for what every small business website should have. And that piece is called the lead magnet. You see, a marketing funnel it's basically the funnel through which you guide people to get the result that you want in your website. So it starts at the top when someone enters your website, and it goes all the way down to the point where you get that goal. So whether it's a conversion of sales, whether it's a booking inquiry, whether it's a contact via email, whatever it is, whatever you're hoping to achieve with your website, you want to funnel them down to the point where you get that goal achieved. And a lead magnet sits in the middle of that funnel and helps you achieve that. And so what is a lead magnet? A lead magnet is basically a way for you to collect important data or information about your potential clients. And you do this by incentivizing them, by offering them something of value or of perceived value. And that can be anything from a service to a subscription to a coupon to an ebook, can be whatever you want. But it's basically something that you're willing to part with to gather their information. And the information that you gather can also be customized. Let's say you're only interested in emails. Well, you can get emails. If you want their name, their address, their phone number, their gender, whatever, you can get that information. And the best lead magnets are lead magnets that are attractive, that use nouns and directional cues and highlight the benefits of what they're offering you, or give you a sense of urgency. They use color and contrast to really make it pop on the page. They clearly highlight, what you're getting and why you need it. And the best thing about lead magnets and what makes them so effective is you're essentially, or at least in the prospective client's mind, offering it for free. So when you offer, download this free ebook by joining our mailing list, well, you're getting, some information about a potential client that you can then use for your marketing, and the client is getting a free ebook. And so everybody wins. And so that's the advantage of having a lead magnet on your site. And if you're a small business website and you haven't been making sales conversions, it might be because you don't have a lead magnet. So I want to give you some examples of what a lead magnet looks like and what it can do. Just some simple examples of things that we've done with Pixel Splash most recently. So if you look to the screens now, here we are at the Pixel Splash website. Now, generally you want your lead magnets to be really bold, really kind of out there in your face, that they're seen straight away. But on this website, we actually have a really subtle lead magnet. And I wonder if you can see it. It's actually on the page at the moment. It's actually down here. Get a free coffee and a quote now. And it's just a button, and further down the page we have another example of it here. Get a free coffee and a quote, and there's a button to get the quote, and then there's a little blurb about, what that will involve. Now this is actually a lead magnet, but it's very, very subtle. See, we're incentivizing the client to leave their details, to give it to us, and what we give them in return is a free quote and a coffee. Now, who doesn't like coffee? A coffee is valued. There's literally a dollar figure associated with it. But for us here at Pixel Splash, getting someone's details that are potentially interested in website design is much more valuable than a $4.50 coffee and maybe an hour-long meeting. In fact, we really enjoy those meetings because we get to meet a lot of interesting people and hear about a lot of interesting projects. And more often than not, they actually lead to conversions of sales. So this is a really kind of simple and easy lead magnet that actually drives a lot of our business here at Pixel Splash. And so when you click this button, it takes you to this page over here. And this is what I mean by capturing information, capturing data. See, we're asking for the name, the email address, the phone number, and a message. And as I said before, you can customize whatever field, whatever data that you require. And there's different value and weight associated with each field. So for instance, most people are happy to give their email address. Names, people are a little bit more reluctant to give their names, and phone numbers especially, people are very reluctant to give them. But if the value of what you're offering them is greater than the perceived danger of giving that information, then people will do it. And so there's a whole philosophy of balance when it comes to lead magnets to make sure that what you're offering is valuable enough and the information you're asking for matches that value. And so that's an example of Pixel Splash. Over here we have a website that we developed recently for a lady named Mandy Scott. Mandy Scott is a public speaker. She speaks at events, does teaching, and she's also an author. And so when we sat down and discussed with her about her website, we were talking about her different audiences. And when you're thinking about lead magnets, it's actually important to think about audiences as well, because what you want your lead magnets to be is targeted. There's no point capturing all this data from all these different people if they're not the right people for you. So with Mandy, there was really two groups of people that we were trying to capture on her website, or the data of those two different people we're trying to capture. First is just people who are interested in her authorship, in her work, in her books, or who are fans. And so we wanted to create a generic kind of simple contact form where we can join a mailing list and she can get some data and she can keep in contact with her fans and encourage them to go along to her events. And the second thing is we want to capture the information of those people who are interested in potentially booking her for an event. So event organizers. So down here at the bottom of the page, we have join our mailing list. Now this is the generic lead magnet where all we're asking for is a name and email address. Simple, it's quick, it's easy. There's an example here of what they're going to receive. There's perceived value. It looks good. It looks attractive. It's potentially a topic that people who are visiting her website are interested in. And all they have to do is, insert the information and click send, and then they receive that download straight away. See, another thing with lead magnets is you want to create as much simplicity as possible. You don't want them going through this form, all right, click that, go through this form, click that, because people will get tired and they'll just leave. If they can't get what they want straight away, if they can't get that perceived value straight away, they'll just leave and go somewhere else. So it needs to be simple and easy and quick. And this form is definitely simple, easy, and quick. So that's the generic one that we offered for her site. The second one is down here on the speaker page. If we go down, and here is a speaker kit, and basically this speaker kit outlines the type of speaking engagements that Mandy has done in the past, the type of topics that she covers, a few testimonials, like that kind of stuff. And it's really targeted towards those event organizers so they can get a better picture of who she is, what she's offering, and whether it's a good fit for their event. And again, all we're asking for is the name and the email address. And when they input that information, they get the download of the speaker kit. And what's great about this is all of a sudden, Mandy now has information pertaining to a potential client, a potential event organizer. And if she gets that event and she goes and speaks at that event and has a speaking fee or wherever, it's a great outcome because all she's done is just give them a simple PDF that she had designed by a graphic designer. So that's a big win. So that's two examples of really, one quite subtle and just kind of generic lead magnets, which you can really use and really harness to improve your sales conversions on your small business site. And again, it doesn't matter if you're selling products on an e-commerce store, whether you're just giving out information, it doesn't matter what the goal of your website is, you can have a lead magnet that helps with your conversions. It's really simple and it's really easy. And if you don't have one, I'd encourage you to just talk to your website designer and make sure that you get one on your site. And if you don't have a website, then I'd certainly encourage you to do that. And as always, we here at Pixel Splash are more than happy to start conversations and talk about how we can help equip you and empower your business with an online presence. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.